Okay, so after days and days of prepping, getting everything ready, it's finally time. I've got the whole starter kit here for the Raptor U-Pole, Bedliner, everything's right here, the bottles, the hardener, and I don't know if it was recent or not, but U-Pole, I just found their channel on YouTube, and they had a tutorial on how to do all this, so it was really helpful to actually get the idea, because I didn't understand about, they tell you to pour the, you can see right here, for non-tinted, because I think black is just honestly gonna look good. I could tint it yellow, but I could also do, more coats down the road. There's always endless possibilities to what I could do, but I thought black would really look good because I've seen Wranglers that have the whole inside the tub done black with red on the outside, or might all be black and yellow. I think it's gonna look good, especially with the whole black and yellow look I got going anyways. So it's all on there, it's dry, it's been almost an hour. It feels pretty good everywhere. As for the POR 15, any areas where I POR 15, it seemed to kind of be coming off a little bit, like the primer didn't really stick, which is not too surprising because it's kind of what I expected. Some of the heavy areas I hit here, it's on there pretty good. So if you, for whatever reason, are like me and you have areas where you have it POR 15, the thicker stuff is staying on good. Some of the lighter stuff is kind of coming off. I'm going to probably wipe that down a little before I get going. Everything is taped off that I could possibly need taped off. All the things are in there pretty good because I went with my gun. My gun is all set. I set it to 40 PSI. I felt 60 was too much, and I was thinking I'm going to be getting in some real close areas, so I don't want, huge spray back. So I think I'm going to go on the lower side of 40. If I need to tweak it on the fly, I'll just have to do that. I'll just roll with it, make adjustments on the fly if I have to. These areas came out pretty good, the areas where I had problems. And other than that, I got just about some of the areas way up here are kind of tricky, but if that doesn't work out, I am in a situation where I have something like this cord that I didn't get out, or I could have probably figured it out over time, but when I came to it, I didn't realize it was the way it was, so that was unfortunate. But everything else is all set to go. I'm all ready. And I actually opened this up, and I'm going to open this up for you right now just so you can get an idea, because once I get going, I'm going to put the camera on a tripod so you can kind of see me going, and I'll do an update after the first coat, assuming, everything goes well. Like I said, the worst possible thing that happens, I start spraying and just nothing is sticking for some reason. I think that way, I always assume the worst possible outcome, and then when anything else happens, I feel good about it. And there you can see, it's pretty bad smell. It's not too bad, but it's potent again, like the acetate. So there's that. That's going to need a real good shaking, because these have been sitting for a while. And the process for the, I also just wrote down some little hand notes there just to make it easier for me. They actually recommended, what they don't write here is recommended 10 to 15 minutes after the final coat. They tell you to remove the stuff on the side. I'm probably going to wait like 20-25 minutes, but I will start removing some of the things that, so I don't start pulling it off and it gets all ripped up and stuff. But no, everything is all set. I have done so much prep work, I don't think I could have missed anything. I don't think that's possible at this point. And you can see the process of, the B-line is actually for the base coat if you want to, make it a tintable coat. Like if I want to make this yellow, or for whatever reason I want to make this rainbow, I could do something like that. Which, that could be cool someday in the future. I got a hard top to do. I got bumpers to do, so we'll see. But this should come out a good black color. And just to walk through it, 250 milliliters of System 20, which is what I should have right here. It should be System 20. Goes up to the B line, which before I didn't understand how you could see because you can't see through this bottle. But you can, when you open this, something I'm going to see, and it's going to be right to there. And they tell you to shake it really for 2 minutes, shake it really vigorously, and then put the it goes right into here like this. Really clever. Should screw right on. Now I've seen people, and I've taken tips because I'm a pretty good learner. I like to know other people's experience. That there are going to be some places I'm going to have to kind of tip to get to, and I got to be wary of it coming out of this top hole, which can happen. Not the end of the world, but And other than that, as long as it starts going on good, I'm gonna feel real good about this. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start in. I kind of want to start on the side almost. I'm gonna do probably the bed here last, even though it's probably a good place to start with, sort of on the side. Well, we'll see, because I really want to get up in those really tough areas first, and then work my way back so I have places to stand, so I can get in between here. And then once I kind of finish the first entire coat, getting especially here is going to be a little tricky. I want to make sure I can bring this down here so I can get as good in between there as possible. If it doesn't come out perfect, it doesn't come out perfect. What can I say in those little areas? But for the most part, I got all this. So, I got a lot going on. The excitement of all my work hopefully coming to pay off. So let's get started and see how this goes. Okay, so I messed up, but not in the way I thought I was going to mess up. I was starting to spray this, so I looked into it and I wasn't sure. When I looked into the bottle here, it was kind of that, sort of like that color, like that gray, kind of goopy kind of color, and I didn't think much of it. I poured the hardener in, shook it, started to spray, and well, it didn't quite come out the way I've seen it come out. What I've seen come out is pretty much this, the same kind of texture, which I like. I like the texture. This is almost what I wanted, except what I wanted was black. So I was confused for a minute, but I kept going. I finished, as you can see. I mean, I wouldn't call this one coat. I ran out of the bottle and I decided to stop. But I think I have this. I think these are dual instructions. These are instructions that are printed out and put in every box. I think I have the Raptor U-Pole Bedliner tintable case. I think I have the tintable kit right here. I mean, they all say tintable on them, which is a little different from what I've seen. They don't all say tintable. So here's my thinking. I think I got the tintable one by accident, completely by accident. This was actually a Christmas gift. I had written it down and had gotten it as a Christmas gift, but I didn't realize myself at the time that this is actually tintable. That's why it's this grayish color, so any color would mix with it. So I'm sitting here kind of, a little half bummed, because although this wasn't the worst thing that could happen, something, did go wrong, but I still have 3 tintable cases here. So, since I got it tintable, I can make it any color I want. Since I want it to be black, well, I'm going to figure out how to make it black. I mean, really, I think I'm just going to call it quits for the day here. Unfortunately, I already cleaned out the gun, so the gun should be okay. That's 1 bottle used, and I still have 3 more to go. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it a day here. I got a lot done, and since this isn't the worst possible thing to happen, I feel good, you know what I mean? Like, this didn't work out, but somehow I still feel positive about this, that I can still save this. So I'm going to figure out how to make these black. Just get I have no idea how that actually works. So it doesn't really go into detail. It says more like a base. Let's see. Add base coat tinter to B level to diagram. So base coat to, I know nothing about painting ratios, nothing like this. So that'll be my homework for tonight. And hopefully I can figure that out. Go pick up what I need. Come back and finish this sucker tomorrow. So it's not a loss. This isn't. I wouldn't consider this a loss. You can see. You can just look at this. Like, look at that. That's so good. When this hardens, it's gonna be like a rock. Like it already looks so good. It does have an odor to it. Ironically, it smells like something. I don't know how to put this. Something from my childhood, like maybe plastic that a toy was made out of or something. Same kind of smell. Maybe like cards or something. Trading cards, But yeah, it's kind of interesting. So this isn't a loss. This is a temporary halt in the onslaught to bedlining my Jeep tub. So I'm gonna call it quits for here tonight. Not exactly the big, hoorah finish I was looking for, but it's not over yet. I'm gonna figure out how to tint these black, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and we're gonna do this thing for real.